Hey, welcome back to the Flea Control Secrets video series. I'm Diana Guerrero, also known as the ark-lady, and I'm actually the author of the ebook called Flea Control Secrets, which is going to be on the market by the end of August 2009. And today we're going to have a sneak peek. Bear in mind that this is a draft, but if you're like me, I always like to see what I'm getting into if I'm going to buy a product. So we're going to take a quick look here. We have to, of course, cover all the legal stuff, but let's take a look just what's in here. And these are some of the highlights. It's not everything, mind you, but it touches on a few things. And I got a kick out of one of the testimonials that I had that came in recently that said, "Oh my gosh, it's just like an encyclopedia. There's so much information in it." And across the board, people are surprised. They've been really surprised at just how much is covered in here. And basically, it covers a lot of the lesser toxic options that you have available to fight fleas. Okay, so must know info about the 2009 Flea Control Advisory by the EPA. I actually have a short video out in this series. I hope you watched that already. Also, if you missed this one, Triangle of Successful Flea Control is a good one. And also 7 strategies to effectively combat fleas. Okay, so we have ways to identify flea invasions, how to stop a flea outbreak, which I'm sure you want to do, ways to provide relief for your pet, 4 target areas of the flea life cycle, and why that's important. I'll get into that a little bit later. Safer options to toxic flea products, which is what this ebook's all about. Home remedies that help you to be flea free. Say that fast 5 times, it won't work. Herbs and other flea fighting alternatives. Garden plants that repel fleas in your yard. And misinformation related to flea control. Man, there's so much of that. Obsolete flea products and 3 risks that your pets face during flea infestations, and you actually should get them to the vet for those. And finally, but not really finally, because there's a lot more information, methods that prevent future flea infestations. Really important information. Okay, so the introduction, I talk about, I started researching this, but really I was triggered to finish it because of the EPA flea product advisory. And if you don't know about that, they had an advisory and then they took all these nice products off their webpage. So they're in here. Plus, there is a link to the current list, and they're actually working on investigation and going to release more information in October. But I talk about all that in here. Plus, the concerns that the National Resource Defense Council has over the 7 organophosphate insecticides, which of course I've listed here. And of course, there's links for more information. Flea facts, you have to understand fleas in order to address the issue. And things like, hey, why do fleas bite some people and not others? And why don't fleas survive in the mountains? You have to get the book to find out. I show you identifying flea infestations, how to do that. And get into the flea life cycle. Why is this important? Well, only 5% of the fleas in your home are adults. That's why. So we get into that in the cycle and how to deal with them. Complications, these are reasons you need to take your animal to the vet, complications that fleas bring into your home. And the triangle of successful flea control, what is that? Hey, basically, it's a 3-sided approach. You've got to treat the animal, treat the environment, both inside and out. So we get into that and some products that are useful for you. And in the 7 strategies of how to stop flea infestations, I really get in depth into the techniques that you can use in some of the products. Again, there's links and resources to products and other websites where you can get additional information. But I want to point out this right here. See this little icon? Throughout the ebook, what I've done is to make it easier for you, I've put alert icons in every section so that you can say, just take a look and say, oh, it's green, that means it's really low risk or no risk at all, and all the way up to orange, although some kind of, I have red warning labels here and there. I do include resources for the higher toxic products, but I didn't want to encourage you to use those products, which is why they're not in here. Okay, so we go through sanitation methods, mechanical, biological, botanical methods. And I want to point out this right here. If anytime you see a warning box like that, or a red icon. What this is saying to you is, hey, pay attention. And this says essential oils can be toxic to cats, and reaction to oils have been found in both canines and felines. Most people don't know that. So I get into the botanicals, and of course, I have more information on the Flea Control Secrets blog. One of the things people recommend is garlic. Hey, guess what? It's toxic. Toxic to dogs, cats, and horses. And if you don't believe me, go to the ASPCA Pet Poison Hotline warning page. But I have information and links to that information. Other alternatives, insect growth regulators are one. Chemical alternatives. Basically, a lot of the flea control products out there are pesticides. Big problem is that people use products designed for dogs on cats. Don't do that. It's a big no-no. That's why your cats end up in emergency rooms. But I go into briefly the different products and have links to the additional risk information on them, so you can read about that. Plus old-fashioned remedies. There's a lot of stories going around. I reveal and expose some of those obsolete methods that don't really work but are still on the market. And I just summarize a few things and get into some resources and some bonus material. There's a lot of resources for you to click through, but the bonuses I want to talk about just for a minute. I put more than the three that I listed. If you take a look at the sales page, I listed, hey, you can get a shopping wallet guide. It lists least toxic to high toxic and how to identify what products that might be best for your pet, and it fits in your pocket or your wallet. I have 2 reports on pesticides and poison on pets. I got permission from a company that gets into those topics in depth. And I want to talk to you about free resources too, because if you purchase Flea Control Secrets ebook, which I hope you do, there should be a link at the top of the video you can follow, or you can visit flea-control-secrets.com. But I wanted to provide free resources too. So if you're not a member, if you haven't purchased the ebook, you can head over to the flea-control-secrets.com blog and get a lot of information. And also, I want you to invite you to join me on Twitter or on Facebook. I have a page on Facebook and a Twitter account specifically for flea control secrets and flea control management treatments updates. So Facebook, if you're by the ebook, just click here and click here to join me on Twitter. If you go to the blog at flea-control-secrets.com and you haven't purchased this ebook, look for the same icons. Just click over and join me. You'll get updates automatically. Okay, so that's a quick look. Thanks for joining me. Again, it's been a pleasure. I hope that you and your pets remain flea-free. And this has been Diana Guerrero, the Ark Lady, and hopefully I'll see you out in cyberspace.